All right, guys, rather than sending out an answer key for today's homework, I figured it'd be better if I just kind of hand pick some problems and sent them out through a video because, there's some mistakes that you guys are making that I feel are better explained than actually just shown to you. So these are some problems from the Google form. All right, so I'm going to pick numbers 24, 27, and 29. All right, and I'll just show you these real quick. So it says, tell whether the graphs of the two equations are parallel. All right, so we see the word parallel. We are looking for lines that have the same slope. Okay, so if we take a look at number 24, all right, that first equation there, y is equal to 8x minus 3, they did us a favor there because they put it in slope-intercept form, which means 8 is the slope. The second equation, 8x plus y is equal to 3, is not in slope-intercept form. I think the mistake that some of you guys are making is you're seeing this 8, you're seeing that 8 attached to that x, and you're saying that they're the same, so you're saying that they're parallel. I can understand that mistake, okay, but you have to make sure it's in slope-intercept form first. So we got to rewrite this thing. We got to subtract 8x from both sides, and now it's y is equal to negative 8x plus 3. Now it's in slope-intercept form. So this negative 8 is now the slope, okay? And obviously 8, do that, okay? 8 and negative 8 are not the same numbers, okay? So since they're not the same, those are not parallel. So you should have marked not parallel for number 24. Okay, if I take a look at number 27, okay, that first equation is y is equal to negative 0.6x plus 2. I know that's a little weird looking because it threw the decimal in there, but that actually is in mx plus b form. So your slope for that one is negative 0.06 or negative 0.6. Okay, that second equation, which is 5y plus 3x is equal to 8, is not in slope-intercept form, so I have to change it. Right, so I got to move the x term, minus 3x, 5y is equal to negative 3x plus 8, and then I divide across the board by 5, and you get y is equal to, now, usually I would say don't make this a decimal because we like slope to be a fraction. But in this case, I'm going to say make it a decimal because this slope up here was a decimal. So if you divide these two out, that's going to be negative 0.6. X plus 8 divided by 5 is 1.6. So we actually do end up here with matching slopes. Okay, I got negative 0.06 up here, and I got negative 0.06 down here. So these would be parallel because they're the same. I don't know why it's not finishing there. There we go. And then the last one there, number 29. Okay, you actually have to rewrite both of these. So that first equation is 10x. Sorry, guys, my pen's kind of acting a little funny here. 10x plus 2y is equal to 7. So if I did some rearranging here, I'd have to subtract 10x from each side. Okay, 2y is equal to negative 10x plus 7. I divide across the board by 2. That's going to be y is equal to negative 10 divided by 2. That's negative 5x plus 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So your slope here is negative 5. And then that second equation is 5x minus y is equal to 6. Subtract 5x, subtract 5x. Don't forget about that negative sign. Negative y is equal to negative 5x plus 6. All right, that negative shazams across, or you can think about it as dividing everything by negative 1. Okay, so it'd be y is equal to a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And over here you got negative 6. So the slope there is 5. Okay, so I got one slope being -5, one slope being +5. Those are not the same, so these are not parallel. Okay, so I'm betting, guys, and obviously I can't tell because we're obviously not in the same room together. I'm betting you guys are just looking at the numbers that are attached to the x. Okay, that's true only if the equation is written in slope-intercept form. Okay, so just be careful. And then I just picked I looked down here. I went over these problems in one of the videos that I made for you guys. Okay, but I'll just hand pick another one just to be sure. All right, now this is a different question, obviously, guys. They're seeing which, if any, are parallel or perpendicular. Okay, and again, if the equation is already written in slope-intercept form, they're giving you the slope. If it's not, you have to rewrite it. Okay, so in number 15, line B is already in slope-intercept form. Okay, so the slope there is going to be 1/3. Line C is also in slope-intercept form. So the slope there is going to be -3. All right, line A is the only one that requires a little bit of changing. So I'll bring that off to the side here. You got 6x plus 2y is equal to 5. So I would have to subtract 6x from each side. Okay, 2y is equal to -6x plus 5. I would divide across the board by 2. And that would be y is equal to -3x plus 5 over 2 would be 2.5. So now it's in slope-intercept form. So there's my slope. Okay, so this line has a slope of -3. And then you take a look at the numbers that you have and you make some decisions. Any numbers that are the same, in this case you got line A being the same as line C. They're parallel. Okay, so line A is parallel to line C. So on the Google form, you would check that box. Line A is parallel to line C. Now, what also happens here, okay, if I look at line A and line B, those are opposite reciprocals, guys. -3 is an opposite reciprocal to 1/3. Okay, so line A is perpendicular to line B. All right. Now, if this -3 is an opposite reciprocal to 1/3, then obviously this -3 is an opposite reciprocal to 1/3. So line B is also perpendicular to line C. All right. So you have a pair of parallel lines being perpendicular to a third line. Okay. So in the video, I said, if I drew a picture here, if I had a coordinate grid, and it doesn't matter what the lines look like, but that would be like having something like this. You got two parallel lines looking something like that, and then you got one line being perpendicular to both at the same time. All right, so that can happen. So for this particular problem, guys, you're actually checking 3 different boxes. Okay, which I said on the document that was possible. So just be careful. Again, I'm going to say it again. The number attached to the x is the slope when the equation is written in slope-intercept form. Okay, so if it's not in slope-intercept form, you have to rewrite it in slope-intercept form so that the numbers are giving you, the numbers are accurate, for lack of a better way of saying it. Okay, guys? Good luck.